What's up guys, for this video I'm going to be doing a pretty highly requested video. I'm just going to show all my settings and auto attack settings mostly. I'm going to do a full guide on the auto attack settings too, because that's the most requested and I think it's the most important part when playing any marksman and especially Kindred. I don't really think you can climb very far if you click on enemies to kill them, so I'm just going to guide you through how I use auto attack, how you should use it and how to get used to it. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's start with hotkeys. I have everything on quick cast, so it just basically means I don't really have to, like, if I press something will happen. I recommend that. Some people don't like to have it on the trinket because that way they can't really see the max range, but if you get used to it I don't think it's that bad. Okay, so we don't really care about hotkeys, that's just personal preference, items either. So yeah, this is the player movement. This is the important part. I'll actually talk about this later when I get into the camps and that kind of stuff. Camera control, we don't really care about. This is all just personal preference. I do recommend if you go to communication, you have the area sorted ping. This is actually unbound most of the times. And it's actually a very good ping. I always have it on the little coma thing. So if I just press it, I can just ping them that the area is warded. That's very useful, especially in lower elo. When people don't really look at their map, they don't really use their camera to see if someone wards anything. So I'd recommend putting that somewhere, key binding it. The rest of it is just what you want. All of this is just personal preference too. So my video settings, this just depends on the monitor, of course. Use full screen, because for some reason I would like to use borderless, but like if we go to full screen, my camera is actually pretty smooth. It's running at a good FPS. If I turn borderless on, it's actually pretty laggy. I don't know why, so if anyone knows something that might cause this problem, please let me know, I would appreciate it, but that's why I use full screen. So graphics is just up to you. A lot of people just like to play on low, but I don't think it looks good at all, so I just have it on high. FPS is just what your monitor can handle. All of this I just left as the standard league settings. Don't really care about sound. I have music all the way turned down actually most of the times because I listen to my own music. Okay, so they're right here. The standard settings would have your HUD look like this. I think this is just way too big. Like if there's someone walking right here on my gold or on my abilities, I can't attack move on them, I can't really see them, so recommend turning that down. You don't really need this to be big, you just want to see the spell cost, see what items you have on cooldown and your gold, and like if you're not blind you can see it clearly. Cursor scale would also scale it down. I think it's maxed out when you first play League, so I think this is way too big. Somewhere around there. Chat scale doesn't really matter. Minimap scale, I'd recommend turning that up all the way. I think that's already with the standard settings. The 3 gap scale, this is all just personal preference. This too, I have of course show health bars. All of this, I don't show summoner names. I don't know, I just don't like it. Now the screen flash on damage, that would just basically do if I'm taking damage from red buff but I have my camera on top, my screen will turn red. I'd recommend this if you like listen to music or something. I listen to music almost every game that I play pretty loudly, so sometimes I don't really have my sound turned on. Like right now I have it pretty low. Then I sometimes won't hear if I get attacked by anything, so that's why I have that on. Also if you have slow reflex or something, if I don't play with music, I still keep it on, but I didn't really need it. Legacy cursor, that doesn't really matter. Yeah, all of this is just personal preference. Show spell cost, I would recommend turning that on. I think it's off standard, but it's just handy to have. Show minimap on left if you want. All of this is just whatever you want, doesn't really matter. This is also just personal preference, the mouse speed and that kind of stuff. Definitely turn off auto attack. I have seen some people use it on, but I really don't like it because you don't really have control over your character. If I would be standing like right here, I would auto attack the Krugs when I maybe don't want to, or I would cancel a lot of auto attacks if I have that on, so I don't really like that. Always turn this off. If you don't know what it does, I'll show you. Like if I am cutting this camp out, you can see that I'm not really canceling any auto attacks. If I let reset and put this shit on, Okay, let's let it reset. What this basically does is if you play on high ping, it can help, but like you'll see right now, I'm actually probably gonna cancel like 10,000 auto attacks. That's not that bad actually, but I won't recommend. Like, see, I just skipped like a forward for no reason. It's really unsmooth. Yeah, like you can see it. If you lag, this is good. But I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's definitely noticeable. Definitely turn that off. Let the camp reset so they don't make too much noise. The rest of this doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's get into the auto attack actually. Just gonna spawn a dummy. Okay, so let's see where they are. Right here. So if we go to player movement, not sure what it is. Okay, right here. This is what matters. The player attack move on click. There are different types. I have it on click, which basically means I have a bound on A. If I click on A, it will attack the nearest target. Like now right now I'm not in auto attack range, so it won't attack. But if I get into max auto attack range, which is about here, it will just auto attack them. So I can just move with right click, press A, and it will attack. It's very useful to kite. Like if you use click, you would have to like click away to move, click again on him. You would have to move your mouse all the time, like vice versa. I don't really like that. I used to play like that, but I found myself like misclicking a lot. Like this is a dummy, of course, it's standing still, but when it's an enemy champion, it's gonna move towards you. And if you want to kite backwards with A, you can't really miss an auto attack. But what I actually found myself doing a lot when I was clicking on targets is that I would misclick and then I would move towards them. And especially when you're against like something like a Renekton or Darius, you don't want to do that, of course, because you'll probably just die. So with auto attack move, you can basically just press A next to them and you'll still auto attack without moving towards them. That's why I like it. That's why it actually needs to be used. I'm pretty sure when I first used auto attack, I climbed a lot of ranks when I learned it. I did struggle learning it, honestly. Like when I clicked on everything and I first found out the auto attack move, I didn't really like it because it takes some getting used to. But if you just practice like this in practice tools, especially on camps, bots maybe if you like that, I would really recommend getting better at it. So this is another type of auto attack. You can just, I'm not really sure what this does actually. Okay, so when I'm clicking right here on my A, it doesn't auto attack, so I'm pretty sure this is like click but then with A. So I always have it on this. Just recommend trying it out. Here it is one more time if you wanna check it out. All of this doesn't really matter. So yeah. What it basically looks like when you're kiting camps with auto attack moves like this. See, I'm clicking behind me actually. Moving right now, I'm on clicking A. So when the little arrows turn red, I'm clicking A. My mouse isn't anywhere near him, so this is the best way to kite. If I would have to click, like I might misclick right there and then I would move towards it. Not only would I miss time auto attacking, so I would waste a lot of time basically. I would just take extra hits, and especially against champions, you don't want that. So yeah, let's spawn another dummy. I want to show one more thing. Look right there. Oh, let's not spawn into tower actually. Okay, so I think I talked about this in my last video about the coaching session. In the early game, the guy that was playing Kindred like stood still and auto attacked. It's not bad, but when you're ganking someone, you typically want to move towards them. So if they flash away or something, you're still closing a bit of distance. So it would look something like this. Cancel an auto right there. That's not good. So I like this. This is early game without items, so it's not that smooth. But I would definitely recommend moving towards them. So if they flash right now, you can actually queue behind them. If you're standing like at max auto attack range right here, they flash away, you would have to waste your flash. So that's the thing I was talking about. Just show you real quick what it looks like when you're full build with levels. So I'm just gonna add a bit of gold. Add some levels. Okay, I'll just buy my build. Right here, it just doesn't really matter. Okay, so if I can spawn a dummy right there. See, this is much smoother. If you move towards the target. It sucks that the dummies don't move, otherwise I could show you how to kite real champions. But it basically works the same. It's what I'm doing right here. But since it's not moving, I have to move a little bit back towards it because my max auto attack range. So this is what it would look like if you do a full clear with the build. Yeah, so you basically should never get hit by those kind of camps. This is what I would recommend doing too if you're practicing for the first time. Just do full clears, clear jungle camps, use it on target dummies if you have to get used to it a little bit. What it basically is just you auto attack with A. So I'm pressing A right now, there's nothing near me obviously, but press A, then I move back, press A, move back, press A, move back, press A, move back. So yeah, here are my settings one more time. You can copy them if you want. I would definitely recommend it. You will see a lot of improvement. So that's basically the video. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below. I'll try to answer them all correctly. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.